This is frappe, Greek iced coffee. I think it's the most common coffee here in summertime. I usually like to drink filter coffee, hot filter coffee, but when the temperature rises up to close to 40 degrees Celsius, that's 100 degrees Fahrenheit, I prefer my coffee cold. I put in my coffee sugar and milk, but I think mostly the Greeks, they like it without sugar and milk, sketo. I would have a better background for my video if I went to film outside, but the cicadas are having such a loud concert that I don't think you would be able to hear my voice. They love the summer heat and they like olive trees, and since we're surrounded by olive trees here in the country, we have a lot of cicadas and they are very loud. It has been unusually hot June this year. At the beginning of June, before the schools closed, the temperature rose to 38 degrees Celsius, that's 100 Fahrenheit. Usually this kind of heat is in July and August. I don't remember this kind of heat in June yet, especially at the beginning of June. We've had a lot of south winds. Usually the wind blows from the northwest, from the sea. But this year we've had a lot of southwest winds from Africa, from Sahara. This wind is really hot, it's really burning, it doesn't help. I think it makes the air feel even hotter. And also we don't have air conditioning here in our house, we only have fans. And when the temperature rises to a certain level, the fans outside, if you go to like South Rhodes where it's really hot, the fans, they don't help anymore. The hot air just circulates and you can't feel it. Even you put your face close to the fan, you don't feel the air anymore after the temperature rises to a certain level. Also, the temperature in the nighttime rised closer to 30 degrees, and it was really hot in the nighttime. I couldn't really get my house cool because usually I open all the windows and the doors in the morning when it's fresh, cold air, and then after I close the doors and the windows. But when the night temperature was so hot as well, I had difficulties. The temperature was kind of just rising inside our house. Summer is always really lazy time for me. It's time to rest and be physically lazy. I go to sleep really early and I get up before 6 o'clock. I would like to get up even earlier, but I feel tired in the morning. The quality of the sleep is not the best when it's so hot. I like to sleep in fresh, cold outside air. That's when you get the best quality of sleep. In the morning I go outside and I do all the chores that I need to do outside, and before 8-9 o'clock I come inside the house and we stay inside with the fan. I take a lot of breaks, I drink a lot of water, and in the daytime when it's hot we stay in the house or we go to the beach, and then we go back outside around sunset. It's not only me who is lazy in summer, also I see all our animals feel lazy too. They just like to lay in the shade. In summer I like to eat a lot of small snacks during the day. Yogurt, fruits, vegetables, and salty things like cheese. I love grapes and cheese. The Greeks, they like to eat watermelon and feta together. And also I love Greek salad, it's a must. Greek salad with feta and a lot of olive oil. And then after sunset, that's when I eat more heavy, like meat or pasta. And in the summertime, I don't like to cook too much. I don't put on the oven at all, or at least not for a long time. All winter, I like to cook a lot home-cooked meals in the oven. I love to keep the oven on, bring some heat and the lovely smell of the home-cooked dinner into the house. And in the summer, I do it differently. I just cook something really easy, simple on the stove. Our butcher has really nice homemade chicken nuggets, burgers and sausages. Something that is really easy, just fry on the pan and maybe some fries on the side. Before we have had a lot of bees and we have had a lot of flies. And this year we had too much black flies. I've never seen so much black flies in my life. This was in the spring actually, and when the heat came, the black flies, they disappeared. Thank God. I went outside, I put a scarf on, and they ate me through the scarf, my head and my ears, and then I had to put a cap on top of the scarf to protect myself from the black flies. One year we had bees. Usually if there's a lot of bees, the flies, they go away. The bees are the little one, the little bees, not the big ones. We also have the other big red bees. They are more than 1 inch, 3 centimeters big. They are pretty huge. But we have the small bees here. And I think they're a little bit aggressive because they stung me many times. And one time I got stung in my armpit and it was really painful. I felt it through the nerves, I think, in my entire body. And I had to keep an ice pack in my armpit the whole day. And one time a bee stung me close to my knee, and my leg got so swollen around the knee that I couldn't bend my knee for 2-3 days. I was with a limp. One summer we had a lot of flies here. The problem with the flies is that they like to come inside. The black flies and the bees, they don't care to come inside the house like the flies do. One time after shower, I left the little window open in the bathroom where we don't have a mesh in that window. And after a while, I went back inside the bathroom and it was completely covered with flies. The roof, the walls, every surface of the bathroom was completely covered with flies. There were hundreds of them in the small bathroom. I've never seen anything like it before. My son's elementary school, they arranged a school trip. They do this every year. It was only 6th of June and it was a really hot day. We had a trip to South Rhodes. We took buses over the mountains and went to the south side, first to Arhangelos, where's the miniature horses of Rhodes, and then after we went to Haraki Beach for coffee and ice cream. Haraki Beach is really calm, lovely, clean water, quiet place, or at least until we showed up. I'm sure that the locals and the tourists were a little bit surprised when one elementary school suddenly shows up to the beach. It was a really hot day that day. There was south wind. It was burning south wind. It's always more hot on the south side than it is here in the north. And especially that day, even it was only 6th of June, it was already 40 degrees almost there in South Rhodes that day. It was a very hot day with burning hot south wind. And then when we left Haraki Beach, the gym teacher, he blew on his whistle many times and really loud to get all the kids to gather and get back to the buses. From Haraki, we went to Tambika, to tavern called Taverna Maria. It's on the road to Tambika Beach. It was really nice food and really good prices. But the great thing about it was if you're traveling with kids or toddlers, the good thing about this place was that there was fences around and there was a playground. So parents can easily just relax with their dinner and their drinks while the kids entertain themselves in a secure environment with the swings and the slides. It was a very casual trip. Everybody had a good time, very relaxed atmosphere. The only thing that the Greeks were complaining was the heat. Polysesti. It's probably the most common phrase you hear in the summer here in Greece. Nobody ever complains about the cold weather in the winter. Maybe after we survive the heat of the summer, people are just happy with the cool air in the winter. This year the schools, they closed 14th of June, that was Friday, and now we are having a summer holidays, I think almost 3 months, so we're gonna have a really long hot summer. And now I'm taking my son to the beach. I wish you all a really lovely, perfect summer. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Until then, bye bye.